Well, hail, hail, the gang's all here. Yes. We're live on on YouTube yet? You guys are muted.
All right. We're here.
We are here. Lorna joined us. That was really nice. Lorna was there with in Instagram. So she came and
fun.
Yep. All righty. Okay, so we're gonna start casting. Do you mind if I go to YouTube? Or excusez-moi. We're like, ahead of you. Being all proactive today. Let's put us a little there, both of us, a little more frame there. So, why is,
what are you looking at?
Why is our image not being the main image? That's interesting.
Because we're looking at Teresa, not ourselves.
All right. No, but I'm looking at the feature, pin to video spotlight. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. Okay, let me teach you one thing or two. Yeah, people, you know who the real brains here is. I gotta teach her everything. So today we're gonna do something different with our webinar. We're trying to do something a little. This business plan, okay, it's my favorite topic because it's something that I always recommend to everybody before you go directly into a pro plan. My biggest piece of advice is if you're gonna try the pro plan, please try the business plan first, because this is designed to have the most important and relevant data that makes a listing essential for any channel, whereas the pro plan comes with all bells and whistles that we will explain in our next webinar. But today we're going to focus on the beautiful business plan. Business plan is what made my business, the clothing vault, back when I started with Amanda, grow tremendously. That was our 1.0, like we called it, and it changed my life. It really changed my life. My biggest problem was running out of stock of everything. So today we're going to be doing a longer webinar because Mandy's going to be doing a much more in-depth demo because we have made so many. Mandy has made all the things that we wanted, all the things that we took, all the list of the features that we could develop as soon as possible. We have done it, and we're so happy to share it with you.
Yeah, and we're going to do something a little unique. As many of you are at home, we're working from home, and we have limited internet here, and we're streaming YouTube live. So we have some videos that we're going to play for you live, and we'll show you the process. It's going to be really simple.
And the reason we're doing this is because bulk cross-posting. No, bulk cross-posting is going to take a lot of your resources. It's no easy. If you're running other extensions, if you have your family watching YouTube or let's say Netflix, okay, and you have other devices, gaming consoles, okay, everything will affect. This is bulk cross-posting. In our audience, we have Vicky. Vicky is amazing. She has insane internet speed. She's in Vegas. In her show live, oh my God, how many did she do? Oh my God, it was like 150.
It was crazy. I mean, hats off to you with your great internet.
Oh my God. I'm looking, I don't know, we moved to LA or Vegas because I can't take this internet speed. I'm so jealous. But that would be today the idea to present. That's the reason we pre-recorded these. We're gonna try maybe when we answer questions, we'll try to go live and show you the bulk cross poster. But unfortunately, our internet service in our area is not the greatest, and especially now with the COVID internet. they don't let us upgrade. So, so it is what it is. Mandy,
Yeah.
so business plan, you know, it's my favorite, the one, I love the simple plan, but for me at least, you know, a full-time seller, it was too simple. Business changed my life.
Yeah. So let me just tell you that List Perfectly, as you know, most people think about us as a cross-posting service, but we actually built so much more into our service that, you know, I think most people aren't taking advantage of, and it would really supercharge your sales if you did. So we want to go through everything. You know, we know that bulk cross-posting is that is the feature that you get with Business and Pro. So bulk is included with Business, and that's important. But there are other features that we want to show you as well. So shall we get right into it?
I said we have a great audience already, and I think what do you think, Teresa? Green light?
Green light, let's go.
Oh, let's do this.
All right, so let me get set up here. In the meantime, please talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, all right, okay. So, look at Lorna is in also. And thank you, Lorna, for joining us in YouTube. Appreciate it. So, business plan. Business plan is at the moment is the most popular plan selection among all of our customers. That then later they upgrade or downgrade and test other things, but off the bat, business plan is just the most popular option. Simple plan, as we explained you, it's simple. It transfers your image, title, and product description. Now, business plan does all that, but in addition, it's going to help you transfer prices, okay? Prices, MSRP, UPC, colors, clothing size, material of not clothing, I'm so sorry, any size of, let's say, dimensions, if it is clothing, or if it is furniture, dimensions again, if it is jewelry, the same concept, material of that product, keywords. I know that keywords are not relevant to all marketplaces, but it's relevant to 3 of the marketplaces we offer. So that's what we're going to be talking about, right, Mandy?
Yeah, so the first thing that I want to talk about, and this is what we recommend people to do with List Perfectly. We recommend starting your listings on our site first, and then cross-posting where you need to go. You get both cross-posting directly from the List Perfectly website, as well as if you were doing it from eBay or Posh or some other site. But the advantage of listing on List Perfectly is that you get to take advantage of templates, and then you don't have to do, you get your best quality images stored on our servers as well. And you eliminate a step, and it actually makes it faster to list, because when you create your listing on our site and then post to eBay, for example, you get to take advantage of their AI. And so let's just show you how to create a listing.
Let's just show you right away how it works. So just to make clear, okay, List Perfectly can go with any plan, unlimited, okay? In this case, we're going to be showing you bulk. We're going to do marketplace to marketplace, okay? That's one that we can do. Marketplace to List Perfectly back to marketplace, or you can create natively listings in List Perfectly with your PC, with your tablet, iPad, or phone, Android or iPhone.
Yep. And so on any device, when you create listings, as Clara shared, you do this with your phone. Pull up List Perfectly in any web browser that your phone has. Does not have to be Google Chrome or any of the web browsers we support. You can do this from any browser. Open up List Perfectly and then use the Add Product button here. I'm going to click that. And then what you're going to do is just create your listing. You're going to add your photos. The advantage, though, is using a template, and you can set these up. These are your templates. You put in anything that you want, and I'm going to test a ugly Christmas sweater. So I'm going to put my ugly Christmas sweater template. Yep. When I click it, this is a template that I set up that you can set up ahead of time. I put in the information that I wanted. So it's think about it like starter text. It's that if you have a shirt, maybe you want measurements for sleeve length. So that kind of text you put in without having to delete anything. If you duplicate a product, you're going to have to delete all the old irrelevant data, and that takes time. This way I can just start getting to work and enter the measurements as I want. But let's go ahead and get
Or
these.
you can even create templates for, let's say, if it is clothing, size medium, size large of a certain style. If it is furniture, okay, if it is a dining table, okay, you also have this measure. You can create, pre-fill, and fully customize these templates, unlimited in any plan, in order to expedite and make your process faster. And as you can see, templates, since you're listing from scratch and list perfectly, Amanda is adding the pictures. And FYI, up to 20 pictures per listing when you list directly and list perfectly. And then the first, for example, if it is Mercari, the first 8 pictures will transfer to Mercari. If it is eBay, what is it eBay now? 12, 16, how many? 12. Okay, so it will take your first 12 images.
So I'm doing all this as the images are uploaded. So now my images are uploaded and I can move them around. So what we recommend is before you cross post anything, as you create your listing, order your images so that if you're listing on Poshmark only takes 8 images. Make sure that the most important ones are in those first 8 slots. eBay, 12 images, so they can really be in any order. But we recommend for any site to do this. And so then I created my title. You want to make sure that your titles fit in all of the channels. And if you click show all titles, they should show up here, and then you can assess them. And then enter your measurements, enter your keywords if you want them to apply to Etsy, price, MSRP if that's applicable, anything that's applicable. Just enter it in or not. You don't have to. And that's the important thing. You enter in as much or as little as you want.
Exactly.
And then seller notes is just if you want to keep track of something. It doesn't go in your listing. It's for your information only. You can say, I need to sew this. Yeah. I need to sew the side. It has a repair. Something like that.
It needs a repair. Out of clothing, because I noticed all of our examples is clothing.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you, I use this to make a note back and forth to my VA.
Oh,
that's a good thing that I will put in here, cross post this to this and this marketplace.
Okay, so I just added any notes. So let's click save here. And then it's ready to go from here. And then I can cross post. How? That's a great question. I can cross post from this screen, but I want to show you the faster way because you get to take advantage of bulk. Okay. The business plan.
So now we imagine that you've done repeatedly these. Let's say you've done 10, 20, 30, depending. It's unlimited. The amount of listings you can import or export from List Perfectly or from marketplace to marketplace in bulk is just determined by your bandwidth. We didn't cap it. So like we said, we have people breaking records and it's just amazing. So we're going to imagine you made another 10 listings, okay, or 5 or 3 or whatever. And we're going to just upload. In this case, we'll try 2, Mandy. So limited bandwidth.
in order to bulk cross post, and I have a video for this that I'm going to play, but I want to show you. I just want to show you what you would do. You just put an X in all of the listings that you want to bulk cross post. Click copy to, and then you choose the markets that you want to copy them to. And when you're done selecting, let's do that again.
Slow down. So
all right.
You select. Can I go? Go back again.
Yes, they're selected. Copy to. Yes.
So slow down there. So when you're there, okay, you can take in bulk simultaneously to different or same marketplace.
Yes, you can.
But I like Teresa's advice that she chooses just for organizational purposes. Okay, we choose sometimes just one marketplace when you're going, in bulk. That's just a tip.
Yep. And then once you've selected where you want to take your listings, you can click copy. Now, a word to the wise, this will depend on the strength of your internet. So if you don't have very good internet, you might want to do 2 at a time, see how it goes.
Yeah. Rural areas. Yeah. We've kind of improved our platform, so your images will not get lost in the process of loading. It'll take longer, but that's why Amanda is saying, you know, just 2 at a time.
It's entirely dependent on your internet. Honestly, it has nothing to do with our platform.
Yeah.
And so that
it needs a little for the cross posting,
because you're taking all of your images and sending them across to all these channels, which is why. But
all right.
But let's just go ahead. I'm going to prepare my little video here.
All right. So is that going to be the video that you're going to show us going in bulk?
Yes.
From List Perfectly?
I have 3 videos.
Oh.
So what would you like to show first?
What are my options?
You can choose
LP to.
You can choose Posh to LP, and then LP to eBay, and then
I like
Posh
that.
to eBay.
No, I like Posh to LP, okay, LP to eBay. That's a very common question. Why is this common? Because it's intimidating for native Posher users. It's intimidating when you go and list on List Perfectly. So what List Perfectly has done for the Posh community, for Poshmark community, was to help them to cross-post whether those listings are natively made in Poshmark or they were done from scratch in List Perfectly. So now Mandy is going to show us how to go from Poshmark to List Perfectly in bulk.
All right, so let's make sure that you can see my screen. And I'm just going to hit play. Let me know if anything doesn't show up for you.
Do you see it, Teresa?
Okay, great. So this is showing you the process of we're importing right now from Poshmark to List Perfectly. And so what the software did was it has a start selecting button, and the software clicked the start selecting button, which is right up here at the top, start selecting. And then once you click that start selecting, you just go ahead and select the products that you would like to copy, and then stop when you're done.
That button right there. Yep. So now that button changed. Okay, now it's stopped.
Yep. And so now we selected List Perfectly, which was the top option. That means that we're importing into the List Perfectly site. So you can actually do other things. You can let the import run, click away to a different tab, but what's going to happen is just this. You're going to have a bunch of tabs at the top showing you all of the products that you were able to import, and then they're going to be in your catalog as shown right here.
That's it. So automatically there. Okay. And that's how it shows. Importing is one of the most easiest process. You made it really easy. I wanted something that it wouldn't. For me, it's important not to be clicking because, again, you guys know I suffer from carpal tunnel. So for me, I can't afford to be clicking 20 times just to cross post, you know, a bunch of listings. Is not good for me. So I really appreciate that, Amanda.
Yep. And
all right. So now, so that's to List Perfectly. So Amanda, can I take in bulk? You know what? I like List Perfectly. You know, the business plan, as we said, is $49 a month. It comes with 300 listings by default, okay, that you can use at no additional cost, okay, in what we call your catalog, okay? When you save listings with us, we call it your catalog, okay? And you can store them temporarily or permanently. Why did I say temporary? Because you can delete hourly, weekly, or daily as you need to make room for more, okay? The only time we charge you more is when you need to save permanently listings above 300 with List Perfectly.
But also keep in mind, we do not charge you for sold listings because we actually don't want you to delete anything.
Nor templates.
We do not want you to delete your listings on List Perfectly. Let me make that clear because you won't get analytics that way. We're giving you analytics.
Exactly. So just know, you know, that you can delete listings at any time to make room for more if you're not ready to go for an upgrade. And you still will have high quality of your images. Will still provide you a faster service than doing it, you know, more. I'm going to explain now. This is a great question. Why are we bringing this up? Because List Perfectly is versatile. Can you go from in bulk from marketplace to marketplace, Amanda?
Yes, you can.
Show us, please.
Okay, so let me set that up.
So that's another way. and wait because there is more. You can go even from bulk from the marketplace, then from List Perfectly to the marketplace. But we're going to show you now Poshmark to eBay directly. You're going to bypass List Perfectly. For some reason, you know, you just don't see the benefit. You don't need inventory management. You don't want to take advantage of delisting and relisting. You just want to go quickly from one channel to the other. Okay, we can help you with that too, with a business plan in bulk. Any plan will help you, but business plan is the one that does it in bulk for you.
Yep. So here's a quick video showing you the process. We're going in this video from Poshmark to eBay.
All right, this is Clothing Vault, our shop. As always, start selecting.
Yep.
Oh, this one came more fancy.
I know.
I
did a little editing with this one.
Oh, thank you, Mandy. I really like this one.
So there you go.
Oh my God. Okay, now you set a standard. I really like this one.
So now you can see we clicked eBay.
All right, so we selected, we click stop. So, and then we went to the pop-up window. After stop, you get the pop-up window of the channels. We selected eBay and we open a different tab per listing that you wanted to cross post from Poshmark. Now, what is beautiful about List Perfectly is that it's gonna pre-fill all that data, because listing from scratch in eBay, yes, it is intimidating. We were both native from eBay. We don't see it intimidating, but just because we've been working with eBay 10 plus years, but we understand the concerns and the perspective from a native eBayer or a Mercari user, which is, you know, anybody that has a more simplified platform that is more mobile friendly is going to experience that feeling.
So the reason why I paused the video is because we finished the one listing in the video, and then I don't know if you can see this, but there are multiple tabs open in this window. So you can go ahead and just click to the next. And so this is what bulk is all about. You finish one, you close it out, there's the other tab waiting for you. And all we did was click over to it, and we're just going to finalize those listing details.
Yep.
And just
And why does this happen? Because we're not pushing listings on your behalf. We want you to have control of the listing process at all times. You shouldn't be pushing listings that have an error to other marketplaces. You're going to have triple headaches. Listing is a dynamic process that requires constant improvement, because if you're so amazing, that means that you're multimillionaire. So that's our biggest advice. Listings can always be improved. So have control of the process at all times, and make sure, you know, you tweak and adjust. Every marketplace has its own idiosyncrasy, if you please, right? So it's those little changes that will take you to the next level.
And the other reason is that as many of you know, eBay has a lot of fields that you can fill out. And this is true. This is getting true of other marketplaces. They're constantly adding new fields for you to fill out that help you sell your item. These fields are important. You don't have to fill out all of them, but it is helpful to get more visibility in your item. So we, as a philosophy in List Perfectly, believe that the best way to make sales is not to just blindly push listings, but to actually see your listing page on the site that you're listing on, so you can verify all the details. So you can verify your buyer. This matters to your buyer.
Yes. Thank you. Respect the buyer, respect your audience, respect your consumer. They deserve this information, and any personal tweak that you can add to your listing. Teresa and I, we can be selling the same thing, but our audience is different. And if that little tweak, okay, is what it sets you aside, because you shouldn't be fighting for the same audience. The World Wide Web is so big, you know, you can sell anywhere you want. So there is enough people, buyers. We just need to get better content to reach them and get in the right channel. And this is what business plan will do for you. And that was, Mandy, you showed me. Can you show me from another market? Let's go and see from another marketplace. I know you prepared me another.
We have a request from eBay to Poshmark. I think that was one of your options.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I only did Poshmark to eBay. I have to
Okay.
so
what we can do, great question, Teresa. Thank you. What about we do we have List Perfectly to eBay?
Yes.
Please. Okay. So now we're back. Why would you? So now marketplace to marketplace. Okay. We will not keep track of your listings. We cannot we cannot install our software in eBay or Poshmark, to track things. So the only way we can keep track of your listings, delist and relist, is when you save your listings with us, okay? So now we're gonna go back, we're gonna leave cross-posting in bulk from marketplace to go into what happens when a listing is in List Perfectly. You already imported it, whether you did it natively in List Perfectly or you brought it in bulk from any of the 8 channels we support. What happens, we show you how to go to one of the channels. Now we're going to show you how to go to eBay from List Perfectly.
Yep.
So you don't have to let List Perfectly do the hard work for you. Do your listings once, and then we'll take them there. You shouldn't be learning 8 listing different processes with different platforms, okay? We can help you with that. You can do it, absolutely. No, there is nothing wrong with it, but there is a faster and better way.
Yep. So yeah, it's with the business plan, you get this bulk capability. You don't have to use it. You can select one at a time if that's your preference. And some people like to take one listing and send it to, let's say, 5 different marketplaces. You have that option as well. So you select as many or as few listings as you'd like. And then all you do at this point is fill in the rest of the details. You want to verify. Now, eBay's AI is pretty good, but you do want to do some error checking and accuracy checking on it. Some things they're going to pick up from your title. They are getting better at analyzing your titles and picking out information. It's going to save you time also listing on eBay. If you instead of listing let's say directly on eBay, this way will save you time taking advantage of the eBay AI because they are reading your title. If you have it already filled out and maximizing the characters.
All right. All right. That looks outstanding. All right. So there is, for those that understand the benefits or they want to understand the benefits of saving your listings with List Perfectly, one of the things that you want to, why would you do this? Okay. Why would you save your listings with List Perfectly? Not only to avoid, we all know marketplaces are managing millions of listings and they disappear, or shipping gets, shipping settings get changed, things happen. Okay. So, what I want to make sure, okay, we explained that there is upgrades for you with List Perfectly, and they're very affordable. We just made these not very affordable, ultra affordable, just to keep it simple. Why would instead, let's say that you have more than 300 listings and you want the business plan. We have for you 1,000 listings that you can save at all times with List Perfectly, not counting your souls, not counting your templates, okay? And that is for $10 monthly. That comes to what, Amanda? 0.0001. What is it? It's just, that's it. We're charging you the nominal fees. What is costing us that data? Because images are not cheap and data. But anyways, that's what it costs for you to have full control. Once you go multi-channel and you're at least, the big money comes when you want to be 5, 6 channels, right? So you want to know where your listings are at all times and what's the status, okay? And you want to keep track. Am I making money? Wait, am I making or losing money? There is a million tools, we're not going to deny it. Spreadsheets are really nice, but we also offer that, okay? With the business plan, this is the latest edition. You did it just like literally, this came like a couple of weeks ago. She was able to add analytics, okay, which is a seller dashboard, okay, and that's something huge because not only is a seller's dashboard, it allows you to download that data on CSV download. So whether you want to use This Perfectly platform to observe your progress and analyze and your progress as a seller, but also maybe you don't want to do that. You want to download it and you love Excel or Google spreadsheets. That's possible too, and are unlimited. The downloads of CSV files are unlimited. So this is a nice way when you're deciding, if you decide to invest $49, why would you put a little more money and not keep track of your progress, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what a wise investment is. Is it working for you? Yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, I think I hear sellers trying to keep track on their own spreadsheet where their listings are. And I mean, if that works for you, that's great. But think about how much time does it take you to make that extra effort and that extra step of, okay, now I got to go, fill out my spreadsheet, and I have to make sure it's updated constantly, because you also want to keep track of your item numbers. We do that for you on List Perfectly. So for example, this Poshmark link, if I click it, it's going to take me directly to this listing on Poshmark. We have the item numbers. You can mark them as sold when they sell. If I keep track from List Perfectly, and this will only transfer if you cross post from List Perfectly. That's the only way we're going to be able to collect all these items numbers for you. Yeah. If you express cross post directly from one marketplace to another, we won't be able to do this for you. So that's why our recommendation is to list first on List Perfectly and then cross post everywhere. You can, of course, import your listings, but in order to preserve image quality, in order to collect all this needed information, list on List Perfectly and then cross post. So the sold.
And that doesn't mean, let me for 1 second, I'm sorry, Mandy, but if, let's suppose you can list directly on List Perfectly, you don't want to save it because you don't see the benefit. Remember, you can delete as needed, hourly, but we will preserve your image quality, all the data and all the stuff that we can do effectively for you, so you can save time and money.
Yeah. And so after, as we said, if you mark your listings as sold on List Perfectly, we're not counting those towards your catalog limit. So this way you can keep track of your sales, which is really important. We give you the ability to download a CSV. And if you, let's say you have a WooCommerce shop, a lot of businesses are getting their own websites set up now, and we don't yet have an integration for WooCommerce. Well, you can download a CSV and import your listings into WooCommerce that way. That's why we built the CSV.
Exactly.
And so think about all these things. You can't take advantage of any of this if you don't have your listings in your catalog on List Perfectly.
Can I point something out? Because I just showed somebody this last night. So, and somebody had a question in the YouTube group. Somebody asked if you could create drafts. And so because it shows perfectly here, I wanted to point out that the first two listings on this page were created in List Perfectly and are basically what we would consider as drafts, because they haven't been pushed out to any marketplaces. We see on this screen, the bottom two have been pushed out to Posh and Depop. And so this is where I have my VA will create the listings in List Perfectly for me. And because I'm an eBay person and because eBay requires the most item specifics, I review these listings, push out to eBay. And then once it says eBay in there, my VA can then go and push it out to the rest of the marketplaces. So that's how I'm currently handling my drafts and having my VA list directly to List Perfectly. And this is new to me. I started doing this. I saw that the light bulb went off in January. And so then I started moving my listings over to List Perfectly and creating them in there. And it has been a complete game changer. I'm in all the platforms. I'm selling on all the platforms. It's so worth it. It is like platforms I didn't even know existed 6 months ago, and I'm having great sales on it. So I just wanted to point that out so that people understood that that's what that means when there's no marketplaces. There's no data in that marketplace. It's basically a draft on your List Perfectly catalog.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point. Yeah, that I like to say, think of every single listing you create on List Perfectly as a draft until you push it out to the websites that you want it to sell on. And
here's another added benefit that I have is that I'm doing some inventory. I'm reviewing inventory. And if I have a listing that I say is in box 22 and it's not in box 22, if I have a listing on eBay, what I would normally do is I would just say locate, and I would try to figure it out. And eventually that drops off. Now what I do is I import it into List Perfectly, and then it saves it. So when I find that item, I just go and List Perfectly, push it out and put it in the right box. And so it's become an even, like that was a side benefit that I hadn't even thought about. But now it's storing my listings when I can't find them or something's missing. I don't have to recreate my listing when I find the item, which I love.
Yeah. And so It's a really nice way to keep track of where your listings are beyond, you know, the draft or sale sold. I can keep track of what has sold. I can select sold here, do a quick search and see everything that I've marked as sold really quickly. I can do the opposite. I can see what hasn't sold. I can say not sold.
Oh, to my favorite. Okay, there. This is my favorite. I don't know if you guys are noticing. This is my favorite. And then I was like, Amanda, you messed it up here. Why do we have 2 fields? There should be 1 field only. But no, it gets better. Why, Mandy?
Because you can add as many filters here as you want.
You can even filter even farther. That's what I like there. It's not about, you know, what's active or not active, or what is on eBay or what is on Depop. It's what is not sold on eBay, what is active on, what is not sold on eBay, but is active on Depop. What about a search like that?
Yep.
You know, imagine what is active on Poshmark that is not posted on eBay. You know, so that for me was, that's something that I really like, because I used to have it in the 1.0 that I used to use alone. And then to take it to you guys, it took us a little to build it. But that's something that we really wanted. Well done, Mandy.
Yeah, and the reason why you want to do this is thinking about those drafts, right? Thinking about where your items are. Maybe you have some items that you push to other channels and you just want to see, okay, what did I not put on Poshmark that hasn't sold? Well, this is your filter right here. Not sold, not Poshmark. And then it's going to show me 29 listings that I have not sent to Poshmark. So then from here, I can choose which ones that I want to send over and do that.
Yeah, and then this is critical for a VA, because it's like, okay, if I tell a VA everything, I want to everything updated and on Poshmark today, this is the filter that they would use.
Yep.
And it's just so very quick and easy. And when you're dealing with this many platforms, it's it makes it that much easier. So if I say, let me see what's on Poshmark that's not on eBay, then you do the same kind of thing and you just filter it through that way. And it's very easy for a VA to understand the way that you have the buttons and all that sort of stuff. So another helpful, very helpful thing.
Yep.
Thank you.
So we briefly touched on CSV, and I want to show that's the link right here. You would just click download CSV. It gives you a button and you can download all your listings. It includes all information in the CSV, your photo links, so that when you import, let's say to Shopify or WooCommerce or BigCommerce, whatever platform you use, it has the photo links. And so you would just map it according to what they need. And then it'll import all your images and your description and everything that's associated, what you filled out on List Perfectly, it'll import in. So shall we go to,
you know what I would like to, where do you want to go?
I was going to go to analytics.
Oh my God, we're really, okay, yes, we're there. And you know what I wanted to do?
Yes.
If Teresa, are you up? I love her. Well, guys, you gotta understand, we're not full-time, not even part-time, not even hobby. We just resell because we're testing. Our reason for reselling is to help you guys, not because we want to make money out of reselling. So we don't have a good sales dashboard, but Teresa, do you think that we could share your amazing later? Okay, not right now. Do you think we could share your amazing? Oh, she has an incredible, because she's been cranking sales. I really like your dashboard.
But it's okay.
All right, let me see if I can.
And you can explain first, but I just wanted to make sure we show Teresa's dashboard because it's just beautiful. People have been asking me, oh, who provides that service? We do. And it comes included in all plans, okay? In this case, we're talking how it looks for the business plan, okay? But it comes by default included with all plans. Anytime you store or save your listings with LPM, we can keep track.
So I'm going to enable sharing for you, Teresa. You just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Yeah, no problem. So just really quick, I'll let you know that, let me share my screen again. All right. So let's go over to the sales analytics and let's just see. Well, I don't even know.
I know.
Test account,
this
so
is a test
we're not
account.
sure what we have.
There should be a graphics.
All right.
Okay, no, this is beautiful.
So yeah, I have some.
Hey!
I have some.
Okay,
this
I
year.
take it back.
Okay.
Take
I
it
have
back.
some.
Okay, I'm sorry. Stand corrected. We have something. Okay, but wait to see, guys, what Teresa has. But this is the beautiful thing. We just released these. What is it? 2-3 weeks ago, maybe.
I want to say a month ago.
A month
maybe.
ago.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's say you want to catch up on previous sales. Well, we need 3 pieces of information in order to display your results in that graph that I just showed. And that is where the item sold on, when it sold, so the sold date, and how much it sold for. Just those 3 pieces of information will activate that listing in the graph. And so I can do this really fast by clicking enable inline edit. And let's say I just sold this ugly Christmas sweater. I have the starting price, but I need the sold. I need to say that it actually sold. So let's go ahead and click sold. And this will not, just to let you know, this will not automatically end your listing everywhere. It's just for the graph purposes. We're going to click update there. I'm going to date, let's say today's date.
Today.
And then we want to say total sold price. So let's say I got $50 for that little one. And then I'm going to refresh.
All right.
And now I should have a new graph showing up for sales this month with that ugly Christmas sweater.
Because that was a question on YouTube. They
And
were
there it is.
asking how frequently can you track your sales?
Yep.
You know, is it once a month? And I said daily, hourly.
And one thing I didn't add, so as it just showed up as all sales. I didn't specify where it sold, so I will add that it sold on eBay. And this, see, it's really easy to just add this information with the inline edit. You can alternately go into the listing itself, and there are buttons at the bottom, and there's fields that you can fill out, and you just fill them in just like I'm doing now. So now I updated eBay, and there it is on the graph.
There it is.
And we aggregate all of your sales. So if I had Amazon and Poshmark and Mercari, as Teresa's going to show you in a second, then it would show me all of those channels that I sold on. But I don't have those sales. So, so I'm going to stop share. And
all right.
Go ahead.
All right.
I think, oh wait, I got to get back to your screen. How do I do that? Hang on one second. Oh, there it is.
All right.
Zoom. Okay,
So
I'm going to share my screen.
That's the beauty of our.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, I missed kind of part of your other thing because I was getting this prepared, but this is an item that I sold on Etsy yesterday. So I have it here, and I just want to scroll down. I think you just did this because I put in the total sold price and the shipping.
But that's what Mandy was talking about. You can do it from the sales dashboard, or you can do it directly from the listing. And please see how, of course, Teresa, a pro seller, see how she breaks down. And that's what we can help you analyze, to break down the cost.
So when I shipped it this morning, I put my cost in here. This was actually my game from my childhood. And so the cost of goods is 0. I sold it on Etsy, and then you update this. And then when I don't, like with eBay, I calculate my my fees, but with Etsy, I haven't figured that out yet. I'm just now becoming a bigger Etsy seller. So now you can see here's my active list, or my solds. This sold on Etsy, this sold on Etsy, and this is an active listing on eBay. And so that's what it looks like. And then for my analytics, I really went hard on, I haven't done a lot. I haven't caught everything up here on this, but this is from April. And so this is what I was talking about, where my eBay, all these other sites that I didn't list on 6 months ago added up to, this is my Amazon FBA. And since you guys see that, List Perfectly doesn't integrate with Amazon at all. They just give us a way to track our Amazon listings, which I love, because I have things cross-posted from Amazon to eBay to Mercari. And it's like, it just reminds me, oh, go change your quantity on Amazon. And so, but what I liked about this last month was that all of these sales on these other platforms added up to what my Amazon was. And so that right there was where I was like, yeah, I mean, hands down, this is like, it doesn't even matter. The cost is so worth it because I would, first of all, I'm getting rid of, this is all stuff that I already had listed on Amazon and eBay. So I'm getting rid of stuff. I'm making a ton of money and it's costing me, I mean, I have about 4,600 listings on eBay. I have not pulled them all into List Perfectly catalog yet. I'm pulling them in bunches. This is a lot of vintage t-shirts, puzzles, and games. And so as I pull them in and they sell, then, you know, my catalog numbers, I don't even think I still have 1,000 listings in List Perfectly yet. Yeah, 894. So I'm pulling it in, I'm making sales, I'm creating listings in here. It's like, I'm all over the place with this because I've been using it for about a year now. And I'm just testing different things out and trying different things. So the sales analytics, I'm loving it. Oh, I just lost my thing because of the control panel. So Zoom. Like, I can move it. Okay. So here's the sales analytics. So I love this. And, you know, I can go and look at each listing and see.
Great. Yeah. And it really gives you a bird's eye of like you sold 50% more on other channels than eBay.
Exactly.
Which is
it
incredible.
Gives you, it's the power of, if you're going to invest on something, I cannot say that enough. If you're going to invest on something, please measure if it fits you well or not, you know, and this is what List Perfectly, we want to show you in black and white how it's working for you.
Yeah. So, you know, that definitely answered any questions. And I do use that graph in when I talk to people about, yeah, here's all these platforms I didn't even list on 6 months ago. And so, yeah, am I continue to list on them? And not every item that I sell is appropriate for every platform. But the first thing I did was search my eBay store for the word vintage and cross-posted all that to Etsy. And so, and then, you know, I did t-shirts to Grailed and Depop, and, you know,
Absolutely.
I'm learning this as I go on the other platforms.
Yeah, and every seller has a different journey. It's a very unique journey. You can start doing what someone else does, but at the end of the day, listing process is a very individual process, a very unique to your business, unique to your persona. And this is the tool that will help you to customize those listings to your image, to whatever branding you wanna, or whatever, you know, you wanna transfer to your buyers. Yep. All right. One thing that I want to show, okay, later we got to show that we're asking eBay to Poshmark because of the image, you know, with the square. We're going to show that. Hold on. Before I forget, okay, give me a second. We have to show the delist and relist, okay? They're asking me, when are you going to build the, the delist feature, okay? So that's something that I just want to show real quick how we can end, you know, that's it. They wanted to see that live. It's not going to take much resources. So,
all right. So let's get that set up here.
All right. So what we're going to show you now is the delist process with List Perfectly with our sold button. That sold button is available in any plan. In this case, we're going to be talking how it works on the business plan. And what it's going to do for you is going to end listings, okay? It's a semi-automatic process. Why do I define it like this and not instantaneous? Because it requires you, the user, to press the sold button. We cannot get this information, this data yet. We're working on it, okay, coming soon, but we're working on it yet, okay? We need you guys to go and put sold, and then we go and end it in multiple platforms simultaneously, update your seller's dashboard, and we let you know it's been sold in a certain channel after. So Amanda, please show us how you do it.
Yeah, so again, on the business plan, you get to do this in bulk if you have other listings that you want to select as sold. So I would just click the item that I want to delist, and then right up here, these buttons appear. You have the copy to, which we showed you earlier. This one is marked sold. You have the option of doing it in this view, which is the all of your listings view, or individually. If you click on edit on any listing, you also have the sold button there. So you have options. In this case, And I would actually recommend doing it from the individual listings. You get to, you also get to add all that sold detail, that how much it's sold, when it's sold on.
Well, it depends, because if I'm doing in bulk, you know how I go in bulk. I'm a bulk person. So I see your point, but if you organize yourself very good, also, Amanda and I are kind of different in listing. She's like more focused. She likes to go more one by one, whereas I like to go more bulky.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. You know, thank you for,
Yeah. So by doing this this way, you won't get any of that sales data, but all you do is click mark sold here, and you get a pop-up. It will be ended on marketplaces. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And it's going to end my listing on Poshmark. In this case, I only had my listing on Poshmark.
So is it normal that opens?
Yeah, it's normal, because you want to verify. That's why we open the window. You actually want to see that it got done. And so we know how important it is to make sure that your inventory is adjusted across all marketplaces, and you're sure that it ended. So that's why we give you the visual.
Absolutely. So now let me show you. Let's go back to the same listing. Now you ended that listing in Poshmark, and this is the money maker. Okay, you want to take that same listing, whether you want to relist it to the same marketplace in the same shop, or we don't care, you want to go to a different shop in the same marketplace, or maybe different marketplace. We don't care if you have 20 shops per marketplace. We let you do, just be logged in the right market, on the right account, and we'll take it to wherever you want us to take it. We just follow your orders, you know, just be logged in the right account. And then we take that same listing, we relist it in the same or different account.
Right? Yeah. So instead of marking sold, for this listing that just ended on Poshmark, I would just click copy to and go right back to Poshmark.
In this case, let's suppose we want to, what we do, let's suppose we have another shop. Okay. So what we do is we close the Poshmark windows, right? I think they can see this, right?
You don't have to any longer.
Oh, but how do? I want to go to a different shop. I want to take that list.
Okay,
No, follow me.
What you're saying.
Catch up with me. Okay. So what you do is you were in the clothing vault. Okay, you're going to log out of the clothing vault, and you're going to take it to, I don't know, maybe the furniture vault. Okay, and that's what you can do. So just be sure that when you want to delist and relist, we allow you to do it to the same or different shop. Just be logged in the right account, logged out. Close your Poshmark windows once you're done with that shop, and then you open a new window, right? Make sure that that Poshmark window is probably going to be by default on the other shop. Log out, and then you go into the right shop you want.
Yeah. So, and you do the same thing with eBay. If you want to, just to clarify, what we're talking about is you have 2 shops on eBay. So you have 2 IDs, and you want to take a product from one shop to another. Then what you would do is just log out in your eBay account of one shop, then log in to the other shop, and then you can transfer your listing over just the same way. Does that make sense?
Yes, I love that. Okay. Thank you. I wanted that clarification so bad. I really appreciate. So, and then finally, we're going to wrap up with the easiest part of, this is the easiest part of the business plan, okay, which is the image manager. Obviously, every plan with List Perfectly comes with image manager. We can help you with up to 20 images per listing when you list from scratch in our platform. You want to do that whether you sell anything, because the more images you have, if you're going to have issues with the buyer, those pictures will save your life when you have to dispute any kind of PayPal, eBay, Poshmark challenges. Pictures will help you. And that saved me. That's how I am a top-rated seller. And we're top-rated. We got all the awards. It's because I always make sure, I even took pictures, okay? If I was shipping something expensive, I took pictures as I put it on the box just to make sure that I was, and I would add it then to my lister. And I have it there. A month later, when I get that return request saying that I sent the product, okay, that not at describe, okay, or whatever it's called in any different marketplace, you can dispute it accordingly. You have notes. Oh yeah, I got this item from there. Yeah, I remember. Oh, I got those pictures. So that's something I highly recommend you with the business option, notes and additional images. And then, drag and drop again, available from any device. You don't have to list natively, just from your PC with Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Use any browser from your phone or your iPad or tablet. All right, and then I think with that, we did. Yeah, we can open it to, now we can open it to the nice part, to the questions. And I don't know if, what do you think, Teresa?
Do you want to go over some of the questions that we answered in the YouTube, just so that people on Zoom can hear them?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Oh, we had a request from David. Was it David? No, there was, I think someone requested us. Teresa, maybe she had better. Can we try from eBay to Poshmark too?
Ooh, it's really tough. Honestly, the last time we did that, Zoom cut us off, and we just disappeared from.
What if we put Teresa to? Why don't we put Teresa to do it? Teresa, would you dare to do it?
Yeah, let me, you know what? I tried to do it just a second ago, but let me,
I just want to show, it's like, so what's going to happen? Okay. I'm going to answer in theory. Okay. I got a good question on YouTube saying, hey, what happens if I don't have a square image? My listings are not with square images. They have those vertical images, let's say, jumpsuit. Okay. I'm just giving a clothing, but we do anything. Any products. Okay. So what happens when I go from marketplace to marketplace? Okay. You're going to go from eBay to Poshmark. What's going to happen to my image, my vertical, my long image, when it goes to a marketplace that accepts only square sizes?
Oh, I can answer that. They need a square shape on other marketplaces. And right now we don't have the ability to take your rectangle and put it into a square. It's one of those things that we'll think, may come in the future. But what we found is most people don't have like very long images, and we don't recommend doing that. No. We recommend just take all of your pictures as a square. Even if you're grabbing stock photos, yes, you can grab a square shape of that stock photo. You don't have to stick with that rectangular shape. But what's going to happen? You'll still be able to get them imported, but Poshmark is going to take that rectangle and just take a square of the center of whatever that rectangle shape is. So hopefully it's not a very long rectangle, because even if it is and we put it into a square shape, it's going to look minified. So it's not going to be a great experience either way, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Can I share my screen and I'll show you?
Yes, please.
Because I have one. It's a stock photo. It's elongated, and I'll show you what I do.
Beautiful. Okay. Go ahead, Teresa.
Okay, so I got this. So now I got to move this bar out of the way. Okay, so this is
that is scary, creepy.
Halloween stuff, but I just used the stock photo, and you can see right here. This is an elongated one, and I'm just gonna to cross post it from eBay. It's the same thing. If you want to do the bulk, I forget that all the time. You do the same thing. Start, boom, boom, boom. But for this purpose, I'm just going to do this one. And I'm going, oh wait, stop. Yep. I'm just going to do one thing, and I did get logged into eBay. So I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to, oh, you know why? Because I was processing it. Let me refresh this. I was processing it before I got off, before we changed over. So let me go here.
Yeah, your internet is not doing better.
Okay, so wait a minute. My internet still beats yours because I got Zoom.
I know. Yeah, I'll shut up because your internet is fine. Hey, last time you went a little, when you were cross posting.
So I clicked on that. I'm processing the list perfectly.
Poshmark, Teresa. Poshmark.
Oh. Okay, so let me go back. Sorry, you're right. You did say Poshmark. So I'm going to go here, go to Poshmark.
And then you just deselect list perfectly.
And click list perfectly and rail. Yeah.
Whoops.
You must have some other window open that's
it's processing. Let me do, because I
hidden window, Teresa. Do you need tech support?
I'll get this. I really do use this all day long.
No, I'm telling you, it's the Zoom.
The Zoom.
This is why it's really hard to do it live.
It's really hard.
It's okay.
So then, okay.
There it goes.
There it goes. Let it. It's gonna take a little longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
there it
I
is.
do on this, you can see this, is I just grab this and I go to the top and then I apply it. Now I have a lot of different same photos. So then I go here and then I'll do the bottom of it. So because I make sure I put all my listings, or I put multiple pictures in my eBay listings when I list them to maximize the 12 listings. So this is just a quick and easy way. There's the top of the picture. There's the bottom of the picture. I mean, it's not the best.
But I mean, it's a great, that's excellent, because if I were a buyer, I get it.
Yeah.
You know,
I get it. No, absolutely.
And actually for these other listings, if I'm going to edit it, I'm just going to delete these other ones. But for eBay, I like to utilize as many of the 12 pictures as I can. And so this is kind of a hack.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah.
Melissa from Bandy's Closet has a question in YouTube. Okay. If you use, Mandy, if you use a different browser, you can be logged into both shops. I use Chrome for one.
That's
Melissa, you
brilliant.
are okay. Great. Okay, now you took it, Melissa. You took it to a whole. This is the part that we like to speak. Okay, Mandy, elaborate with us with the different browsers.
Okay, first of all, bravo,
Melissa.
Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, List Perfectly supports more than one browser, so you can add the extension onto Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge, the newest version. Microsoft Edge is going to work across any device except older Chromebooks, from what we understand. But you can install Microsoft Edge, the new version, on a Mac, and it'll work perfectly fine. You install the extension on both browsers. And so what she's saying is that you open in one browser your one eBay shop, and in the other browser you have the other eBay shop. And you're using List Perfectly in the middle to manage your listing. So you can easily take your listing from List Perfectly to any of these shops in that way.
Now, I love the question from what Melissa said, because this is something also that I recommend you guys. No system is alike. And we get people saying, hey, List Perfectly is not working for me. Images are not coming through, or something is not working. So we tried everything, and somehow for some users, Google Chrome just doesn't. It's like clothing. What goes white collar doesn't look good on me, might not good on you. Google Chrome might good on me, not good on Teresa. You know, so it goes like that. So you can have all your software and your extensions, your 25 extensions installed on Google Chrome. Just get Microsoft Edge and use List Perfectly clean in Microsoft Edge. So then you have already segmented your personal life with your job, or maybe you have your other business and you have List Perfectly here, which you know is going to be using resources of your device. We're not saying here that List Perfectly is a light software. You know, we really require for optimized work. Okay, we require you ideally, see if you could disconnect or maybe turn off your other extensions.
Yeah. But in this way, by using an alternate browser, you don't have to.
Yep, exactly. Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. Great suggestion. Do we have any other questions? Maybe
we got all the questions answered.
Outstanding. I think we're under an hour. Outstanding. Thank you, everybody. Mandy?
We have one question in the chat. I missed it because it was early on. When will Vinted and Heroine be added?
We have definitely, we have first Cutizen coming, and then Shopify, but they're added to the list, and then that would be the next channels we'll be considering. We're going to do a poll and make sure we're always customer oriented and trying to help the most of our community, List Perfectly community.
Yes, and so we do recommend that you join our Facebook group, because it's a lively group and you get to share, you know, what works for you, what you'd like to see next. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Be part of List Perfectly community and be part of our software, because we're always upgrading things. All righty. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Until next time.
Until next time.